George Soros' hedge fund had a win rate below 40%. It was almost 30%, and yet it made billions. I know it sounds crazy, guys, but that's how exactly smart traders win in the markets in the long term. So today I'm going to show you my option buying strategy and how exactly you know you can make consistent profits even if you have a low win rate. And if you stick till the end, I'll share how you can get a secret PDF of my past performance also. So let's get straight into it. I just want to clear out some notions about option buying, and it's almost often dismissed as gambling because people chase quick profits without a system. But I feel when you structure any kind of a gambling behavior with entry, exit, stop loss, and risk management, it becomes a weapon. So in this video, I'll cover three things. So first, we'll cover when to enter, that is my entry setup, when to exit, profit booking logic, and how to set stop losses, and most importantly, risk management, rules that keep you alive even with a low win rate. So basically my trading strategy is pretty easy. What I understood by the fact that in option buying, making money is easier, but keeping that money and bringing it home is very tough. I designed my entire strategy based on probability and risk management. So what my trading schedule looks like is Monday, Tuesday, Friday I buy Sensex ITM options. Wednesday and Thursday I buy Nifty ITM options. So this is a fixed thing which I have done, you know, and I take only one trade a day. If it hits my daily profit target, it hits it, and if it doesn't, it goes to a loss, it goes to a loss. So basically, why the need for so many rules, right? That is a question even I used to have when I started trading in 2020. Why do people have so many rules? You should just trade and make as much money every day as you can. But that's not how trading works. You need rules because you have some competition. Since this is a negative sum game, let me tell you that it's not a zero sum game, it's a negative sum game, because even if you are on break even, you're actually paying charges, you're paying STT, you're paying brokerage, GST to the government and other brokers. So basically this is a negative sum game, and everybody is competing for that same 100 rupees of money. So let's say every morning you sit to trade, keep this in your mind that you're competing with top HFT traders, large institutions, and large hedge funds who know where the retail buys their positions and where it places their stop losses and how it reacts emotionally to the charts. So all these trend lines and everything, these guys know. So your competition is so skilled that you don't have a chance competing against them. So what do you do in such cases? So in such cases, you design a strict set of rules in which you only take the trade when you see your setup, and you exit at your desired stop loss, you exit at your desired profit, and you are in total control. Since market is in nobody's control, we want to maximize whatever control we can have. So what kind of control we can have? We can have two or three controls. We can have when we can trade, so I made a trading schedule, where I can do my entry, where I can book my stop loss, how much do I want to risk every day, what target do I need to take every day. This is all in my hand. Whatever is in my hand, I will do it to the 100%, and rest the probability and risk management will always take care of. You don't have to even worry about that. After the year end, after the month end, you'll always be in profit. It doesn't make mathematical sense because you can't be on a loss if you follow probability and risk management. And I've also created a calculator for this, which I'll show at the end of the video, so stay tuned. Yeah, so moving on, going to my strategy, let's go to the charts. I'll explain you in a more robust manner how exactly I schedule my entries and what I do. So let's take the case of I think Monday was 14, or Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday. Yeah, Monday was the 11th, right? So on 11, let's switch to the 1 minute chart. I always look for the 1 minute chart. How I take my entries is, I'll tell you. I operate in a fixed stop loss of around 10 to 11 points in the option premium for Nifty, and in Sensex it is usually 30 to 35 points. And I prefer, so this is my own preference, guys. I don't want you to take any of the things I say at face value. I want you to backtest it at home, study more about it, and then maybe start paper trading. Once you paper trade for 1 or 2 months, then you can start with actual money, risk small, and then see how it suits you. I have made this strategy and this setup after a lot of hard work and a lot of iterations. So basically on Monday, when the market opened, so I trade with a fixed stop loss of 12 to 11 points in Nifty, and I target anywhere around 44 to 50 points. So how do I make the view, right? Do I have to buy that day? Do I have to sell that day? So whenever the next day market opens, I form the view on the previous day. Like, so if tomorrow is Monday, let's say, and today is Sunday, so if tomorrow market is opening, I'll form a view. So let's say this was Friday and this was Monday, right? So on Friday, what happened in the chart, you can see, right? there was this huge kind of short covering move where, when you see such kind of a move, it's very rare that retail players must have entered in this move. So it's mostly HFTs or, big players, operator basically, who have done this move. So next day they opened gap down and, it fell. So now there are sellers available here, right? There will be some sellers here, there'll be some sellers here, here. Market closed down as well. So next day when it opens, I will always trade for a pullback. I won't go for a setup unless if it's a huge gap down. If it's a flat or a gap up, I will look for buy entries for these guys, just stop losses, the sellers which will be present here. So their stop losses will be anywhere around here, all these places. So that's what I planned, and so I take trades in the first 15 minutes, first 15 to 20 minutes. So I entered anywhere around 115 levels, and my stop loss was around 104, 103, and my target was 115 plus, so it was around 155, which it came around 230. So this was a very slow day for me, but I still waited for my stop loss and my target, and I achieved a risk to reward of 1:4 here. I form a clear directional view before market based on gap up, gap down or flat. I enter within the first 15 minutes, and I don't think too much. I don't look at open interest. I don't look at a lot of indicators, RSI, VWAP, everything, because it's simple. It's either going to go up or either going to go down. It's all about my risk management and my probability. So I know I also buy ITM options because when I'm right, I want to be right quickly in the premium as well. I just don't want the index to be moving and my premium not giving me money. I don't like that. So I choose to pay a bit more. Sometimes it backfires also, but I've seen that over the long term, it kind of falls in my favor. Do not, this is very important. Once the view is decided, do not change. Even after you see obvious signs that, market will go down and, it's doing something else, you do not change. You just stick to your this. You either take your stop loss or your target. So yeah, this is my average stop loss target. You guys can, if you think that this stop loss is too less, I have been trained to spot entries with stop loss such as these. If you want, you can even change it to around 20-25 points, and maybe you can start by taking 1:2 targets, because taking these kind of targets is not very easy. And then since Sensex also similar, I take 30-35 point stop loss and a target of 1:4. And this is very important, which I've started incorporating during low VIX regimes. So once 1:2 is reached, I trail my stop to cost so that I can look for another day or close on break even. And after 1:3, I trail stop to 1:1.5 and hold for 1:4. Trade management, stop loss is already placed in the system immediately after entry. No manual interference during the trade. If stop loss is hit after trailing, one re-entry is allowed only. I re-enter only one time, and all my trades are generally either they hit stop loss or target by 10:30, except one or two such use cases on 11th where it takes a long time. Now this is where the main part of the strategy is there. So monthly distribution over the year. So win rate, so basically with 1:4 target, I expect that I'll win around 30 to 40% in a month. So out of 10 trading days, I expect to win around 6 to 8 days, and then rest 12 to 14 days I'm happily taking a loss. So but still I'm in profit. I'll show you how. And scalability, scalable up to 25,000 risk, and withdrawals. So I also withdraw at the end of each month. So this is my calculator, like the win rate and probability calculator. So let's say I take around one trade a day and I risk around 1,000 rupees. Let's say 1250. My risk to reward is 1:4, and my win rate, as I told you, 30 to 40%. Let's keep it at 35%. Fair? Yeah. So if I follow this, total risk unit profit, so per day I'm making this, per month I'm making 18,750. And for this, if you guys can calculate in Nifty, I'll need, if the premium is around 200 rupees, let's say, I'll need around 200, and since my stop points are just 12, so 1250 by 12, I'll take around 104 quantities, so 75. Let's say I take around 150 quantities, so 150 into 200. So this is based on a 30,000 capital, and in Sensex my stop loss point is 35, and let's say the premium is 500, so 1250 by 35, so it's 35 quantity. Let's say 2 lots, 40 quantity, around 20,000. So this is based on initial capital of 30 and 20,000, though I recommend you start with twice of this capital. You start with 60,000, so that you have some, you don't panic when you have a 5-day losing streak or something like that. So as you can see, I comfortably make per month around 18,750. Let's say I increase my risk to 5,000 per trade per day, then I'm making 75,000 a month. So per year I'm making 9 lakhs. Even if you know have some good months where 50%, and maybe you take a 1:3, you're making around 1 lakh a month. So I mean, it is very very simple. Please comment down below if you want this calculator, so that you can check on your own, decide a risk per day, decide a risk to reward ratio, decide a win rate for you, and be okay with losing whatever win rate you have chosen. Like let's say you have chosen a 50% win rate, so calculate the monthly days, which are 20, and be okay with losing 10 days out of 20, since your win rate is 50%, and lose what you have written here. So if your risk per day is 5,000, happily lose 50,000 a month. Happily give the 10 trades, because you know that you will make 15,000 the other 10 trades, and then you will be in profit by sheer logic and mathematics and probability. So keep the probability on your side always. As an option buyer, you can't make it in one day, because I've seen people go from 5 lakhs to 1 cr and then give it back in 1 month. So you don't want to be doing that. So yeah, this is a win rate and a probability calculator distribution, very helpful for you. You can always track how you're performing over the month. So if you guys want this sheet as a reference, I'm pinning it in my description. You can check it out and let me know how you think, and do comment down what kind of win rate and risk to reward you guys are using and how it's going for you. And also, this momentum strike strategy, this entire PDF you'll be getting on my Telegram channel. The link is in the description. You can join the Telegram channel. And no, this is all for free. I'm not charging anything. You guys can even ask questions regarding this. How do I take my entries, more nuanced entries? So it is a process. You guys have to do it for 1 month at least, so that you can learn how to take sharp entries, so that your stop losses don't get hit often. But I'll say that at the start, keep a low win rate and a good RR, so that you don't have the pressure to be right every day, and you can even survive the bad months then. Yeah, so cheers guys. If you want me to make another detailed video about how exactly I make the entries particularly, I can do one just on an entry and exits. So it can be helpful, and every morning I'll analyze 15-20 days of trades, and show it guys to you in the next video. So please comment down below that you need that video, so that I can see there's enough interest for my content, and then I can put it out for you guys. Thank you so much guys, have a great day, and subscribe to Stoic Stock Trader. Like, comment, share this video as well.